everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ian is a Weirdo. Ooh, I didn't change the title of this fucking thing. Oops. Crochet. Ooh. Good enough. Okay. I don't even think it'll show like in the chat just after I post it. So you might notice that things look a little different. My hair is still yellow. But you have an advantage of me, and that is because I'm working on a new laptop. It was gifted to me, and I am eternally grateful for that. Definitely know that that's a big deal. So I'm super happy, and get to crochet, in a little bit with a little bit more freedom, and get to film kind of a little bit more normally. Relative to how I was doing it before. So very, very thankful for that. And I haven't tossed my old laptop because I'm hoping that once I have some money, I can take it to someone who can look at it and tell me what's going on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what I'm working on right now is a packer. No surprise to literally anyone in this world who knows me. This one, so last time we were on live, I was working on a trans pride stripe packer, which is still in the works. However, I had to move to this one and another one. The other one I had to do, I was waiting for the yarn, and there's a big mix-up on the delivery of the yarn. Someone wanted a packer, but they wanted a specific type of yarn, like made like to make it, and so that was a little bit of a challenge to procure and get said yarn. So I finally got it, and so I made that packer. So this is that packer. It is a striped Beetlejuice-esque packer, and it's made out of alpaca yarn. It's 100% alpaca. It's made from the Lion brand. I think it's called like Cloud. No, it's not called Cloud Pack because that's the KNC brand. But it's like whatever the one that was 100% 4-weight yarn. And they didn't discontinue it, but they just didn't have it in stores. So I had to order it directly from the Lion brand website. And so that took a little while. And then this was a boo-boo on my part, because when I was in residential, I couldn't access my phone, or when I could, it was like very limited times. So I would write down all of my orders, and I had a lot of orders at the time because I did a sale, and I like wrote something incorrectly. So I wrote that one was a 3-inch and it was a 5-inch. So I sent out the wrong size. So this is me having to correct my mistake that I fully own. So I'm working on that right now. And this is a rainbow stripe packer. Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome into the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So I hope everyone's doing well. I'm still pretty sniffly, snotty, coffee, but not nearly as bad as I was the other day. I'll say that, and then I'll probably like cough up a lung while I'm on this live, but whatever. It happens. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so I'm just back to crocheting with this packer, and I'm hopefully going to be able to ship it out soon, because I'd really like for this person to get the packer that they ordered. You know, mistakes happen, and luckily they were very kind about it, but I just want to make sure that they get what they ordered as soon as possible. And so that's why I'm pushing this to the front of the line. I just had to finish up this little guide tonight. and then we're back to cotton, which, you know, is it's so much different working, and it's so much different working the same pattern with a different fiber or different, slightly different weight. Like this says it's a 4-weight, 100% alpaca yarn, which I've never used alpaca before. It's very nice. It's very soft, fuzzy. However, it has a fair amount of stretch, so my stitches were coming out a lot smaller. So what I had to do is I had to adjust the entire pattern, which luckily I know by heart because I make like a million of these. And so I adjusted the pattern quite a bit to accommodate for size, because I started the pattern as I normally do, and let me see if I can find that. So I started it as I normally do, and how it ended up, it was much smaller than it normally is, and then especially here where it becomes the shaft, it was way too small, and I was like, this isn't gonna work. And then I couldn't frog some of it because it had already started to felt together, so I was like, great, okay, well, we wasted some yarn that will be really difficult to replace, but luckily, you know, packers don't take a lot of yarn. So rolled with the punches, and here I am back on the other side. However, it did require a change in the pattern, but it does feel nice to be back working with a familiar material in the pattern that I'm working, so that, or that I've worked 1,000 million times, because I just know how it should feel. I know, you know, I don't have to make any adjustments for stitch counts or elasticity of the yarn, because cotton really doesn't have any elasticity to it. So I don't have to make any adjustments, whereas with the alpaca yarn, because of its weight and because it is, because it just was more elastic, I definitely had to make some adjustments there. If anyone gave a shit, probably not. I barely give a shit, and I had to do it. So, I mean, I gave a shit when I did it. Just little snippy. My bed and space is in desperate need of a cleaning. So after I make some progress on this, and after I hop off live, I am going to do some cleaning. And good news, I'm currently waiting on, or well, news. I don't know if it's good. I mean, I think it's okay. So I'm currently waiting to hear back from the apartment complex that I put in my application to see if I got the apartment that I've been looking at. I'm really, really crossing my fingers and toes that that it is in fact approved and I can move into that apartment. I also gave myself a little bit of overlap time, like a week, so that I could move kind of at my own pace, because I am hoping that I just can use my car and I don't have to like do this like big production, because after having to shove everything either in my car or like take with me when I went to treatment, I would really like to just kind of not be pushed into having to do everything so like dramatically, you know. And moving in like a day is tough. If I could move in bits and pieces in my own time, that would be much better. So let's hope that it works out like that. We'll see. If it doesn't, we'll keep going, and we will not be big old babies about it. And I'm talking to myself because I'm a big old baby. If you're wondering where the fuck my eyebrows are, they're there, I promise. They're slightly lighter than they were before. Especially so like also I've been like filling them in and doing like, artsy like makeup and stuff on them. So this eyebrow is probably a little bit more accurate to its actual color. This one I had white pencil in, so I probably didn't get all of it out today. Um, I did my like white eyebrow, black eyebrow thing. Um, that I've done before, which I think looks super cool. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I did a like rainbow eyebrow. So like I did white in both my eyebrows, and then I just stamped on or pushed into the eyebrow like all of the colors of the rainbow. So it started at yellow on this side and then went all the way. I did like the worms on this side with red here, and then purple here, and ended in green on this side. And I thought it looked pretty cool. So it's fun to do stuff like that. You don't need colored hair to do that, but now this is actually kind of the first time I've had my makeup from home here, so I can actually do like colorful, fun makeup. Whereas before, I was all of the makeup that I had in my kit here was more like on like the natural side, and there's no problem with that. It just, I didn't feel as like creatively inspired to do like weird shit like I like to do um, in my eyebrows, so or anywhere. So that's what I did. I know I have a bunch of like cool eyeliners. So I think that I'm gonna try to like just play with the eyeliners that I have, and then eyeshadows and all kinds of stuff. Um, and just have fun with having really bright hair again, because it's very bright. Now the top is a slightly different color. It's like slightly orange at the tips because I had the red in my hair, and so it looks like a different color on the top and on the sides, but it's the same color. So I think I'm gonna. I can't decide if I like that fact or not. So there's a possibility I could cut my hair a little bit more, because if I cut about a centimeter off, like this, if you know like blades and blade guard sizes, my hair is a 7 right about now, and I think if I took it down to like a 5 or a 4, well, four is even pretty short, but that's how much growth that I had. That is like the pure like bright yellow. I think it would look a lot different. I'm also gonna be dabbing my nose inside my sweater vest. This is very oversized on me, but it was donated and it looks pretty cool. And then it says like 91, and that's the year I was born. And I was like, it's a sign. But this is definitely not anything like I would normally wear. But who cares? The time for experimentation is now. I don't know, y'all. It's very weird being from the South, being from the East Coast, and having been in um, California for so long. It's different. Oh my gosh, I experienced my first like I noticed that I was in an earthquake the other day. Because I was in my bed, my roommate was in her bed, and like you could feel it, like the walls and like the door was closed, so there was no like swinging of things out the door, but like the these the nothing came out or anything, but we you could definitely feel it, and there was like a big like crack that we all heard, which no one knows what it is still. um but then I looked later, and it was like a 3.9. So uh apparently earthquakes are like tiny earthquakes are happening all the time, because when I looked it up, it was like, yeah, earthquakes happen all the time, because like before I refreshed like like the National Geologic page or whatever. It was like, you had like a 1.1, like one, but so I was like, was that like a one? And I have no fucking reference, but I could definitely, like, I was looking at her and I could see that like we were like shaking. And then when I looked at the wall, which the wall doesn't help because it's like psychedelic, anyways. Not really, but I just felt like there was kind of like this gentle, like kind of like movement, and like my eyeballs were kind of like wiggling around, and we both were like, "Oh yeah, this is an earthquake." But then we went down and we talked to everyone, and some people were like, "It's Los Angeles or it's California. Like, get used to it." There's like everyone kind of had a different reaction to it, but it was bigger than anything I had experienced, and most people who weren't from California or newer to California, or like they were like, yeah, that you know was of note. So I guess if anyone cared about stuff like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another reason I probably don't know that I've been in an earthquake before this is I take the metro, which is the bus system, a lot, and so that's kind of can be like a rough ride anyways. So unless like the street like just up and split or something, like might not even recognize that there was an earthquake. Um, and I just said, I've just never noticed it, but um, yep, that happened. Luckily, everyone here was safe. I am so beyond ready to have these sniffles be done. I'm gonna take a little dig while I'm on here with you, just so you know. So maybe by the end of this, I will be done sniffling. Goodness. Ooh, I want to show you something. Actually, I think I showed you last time, but I don't care. I'm gonna keep showing it because it's fucking cool. But first, dig off. I think I have enough water in that. Okay, need to get more water before nighttime. How is everyone doing? I hope you were doing well. I'm super excited to, hopefully get through this period of time in my life and start living alone again. And in doing that, also kind of creating like my LA social network and, meeting people and things like that. Because it's just kind of hard to, um, it's hard to meet people anyways when you're kind of a agoraphobe, like straight up, I am agoraphobic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it has gotten a lot better. Um, but it's also difficult because, I think I've mentioned this before, like all my friends that I have, I've had for 10 plus years, and I met them kind of right after high school, and we've just been friends for so many years, and I just like don't even really know how to meet people and make friends and stuff like that. It's kind of a weird experience. So I'm really hopeful to start doing that. Um, but having my own space, my own room, like these are the types of things that I cannot measure how deeply I fucking want. Um, and not that I've had like exclusively bad roommates. In fact, it's kind of the opposite. I've had great roommates, and very rarely have I had a roommate that I haven't been happy with. But it's just the fact that like you just never can like relax. Like you can never just like this is hard to do. This is hard to set up where a time where I can stream and I'm not like inconveniencing someone because it's their bedroom too. So I don't want to take that away from them. And also, even though this is not a medical facility, I always want to be very like mindful of people's privacy and like maybe people don't want people to know that they're here or like they just want to come and relax in their room too. And so like by like me just talking to myself is a little disruptive, believe it or not. So I'm excited to just be able to have that space. I'm really hoping it works out. I'm hoping so much. But we'll see. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Toes crossed. Okay, do my counts. So that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. It's crooked. I lost the ball the other day, and I was like, oh fuck. Luckily, I brought like a lot of extra piercings, but I think I lost one of the silver balls on the same size, and so the only one I have is a size up. And I think last time I tried to put it in, like I couldn't fit it because I think. Okay, so let me see. So I was pierced at a 16 gauge, and then I moved up really quickly to a 12. So I think this is a 12, and I want to get it to a 10, and I think I want to hold maybe an 8. We'll see how it looks, but I think I just want a 10, but I could not fit it in there, and I tried, and I was like, this hurts, and it would not stretch, and I was like, bah. And of course, I didn't do it in like the way of like getting a professional to help me stretch it out or things like that because that would make sense, cost money, and be reasonable. And I don't do any of those things. So I don't know if you all can tell, but like I'm in such a different place from like a couple months ago, like even a month ago, monthish ago, couple months before that, several months before that. Like I'm in a very different place and I'm super happy about that. Not just physically, but like just like emotionally, mentally, spiritually, like all in like a different place. And I'm really happy about that. Um, and like there's something about like realizing that you were like so miserable for so long and like becoming happy that it's kind of wild. Like it's kind of sad to think about, but it's really sad to think about, but it's also like, fuck, like I spent so long being miserable, and I didn't have to be. And so that's kind of like part of like what's going on with me right now is like I'm in this place where like I'm not like feeling that like misery all the time. And I'm super thankful for that. And I've been putting in the work to not feel super miserable all the time. And oh, here's the thing I was going to show you. Maybe you can't see it as much in the light. And then I also had, you can't feel how perfect this feels. It's like the perfect little squishy toy. It's a little orange, but like it looks like a butthole. Like let's just call it what it is. That looks like a butthole. And so like, do I lose track of what I'm doing and put my finger inside of it a lot? But it's amazing. It's the best little squishy, and my old therapist gave this to me because she let me use it once, and then she's like, I was at the end. I was like, "Here you go," and she was like, "No, you love it. You can have it." And I was like, "I'm going to inadvertently do gross things to this, and I have a gross mind. So, just so you know what you've done, and look what you've done." She's like, "I know. You know me too well." So if any of you are ever in LA and you want to hang out, meet up, crochet together, we can definitely do that. I would love some crochet betties here with me. And then I think I'm going to try to find some like libraries and other places that have like crochet groups, meetup groups, all kinds of stuff that I can crochet with. Because it's always nice to just hang out with people who get it. Like kind of just the peace and frustration and the creativity and all the things that come along with crochet, right? It's weird to not have Joanne to be like, yes, let's all go to Joanne and then we'll crochet afterwards or something like that because uh, you know it's just a big difference in my whole crochet career has been through Joanne pretty much. And so like many people I assume, and some people use Michael's, especially if you're not in the US, or some people use uh, uh, places like higher quality yarn and things like that. And so I know that that's not like everyone's experience, but for me, like Joanne was like kind of really the main place where I did a lot of my yarn shopping and yarn exploration and things like that. And then there were all these affordable options with sales and Big Twist and stuff like that. I heard that someone had done some research, had like even called like Spinrite, who made Big Twist, and apparently Spinrite is not going to be making Big Twist anymore, which is, um, a little bit of a kind of interesting experience because that's been a huge staple, regardless of whether or not, um, like, regardless of I guess like what type of Big Twist you use, whether you are like a value user or you use like their like limited edition things like that. Um, it's definitely a change for a lot of people to cough all over, Um, yeah, so it's interesting to see how the yarn world will adapt because it will, but you know, companies go out of business. Yeah, this happens. Hey Lydia, how are you? I am crocheting a packer. This is a remake of one I made before. I had written down the wrong size, and so I sent out a 3 inch instead of a 5 inch. And so I'm having to remake it and send that out because that was my bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Luckily, the person was really cool about the misunderstanding, and you know, I'm gonna ship this to them for free. What are you working on? There was this person who, I guess they had crocheted like a little teeny tiny bit, but they had said that they had tried to go into a treatment center and like they couldn't have these type of like locking stitch markers. And I know that there are higher quality stitch markers, like if you get the ones from what's that brand? It has like 10 like light pink and light blue ones, but I have a pack of like 150, and these are they're so cheaply made, like, but they were saying that like they wouldn't be able to have those in treatment, and I was like, no, like I was like, these ones that I have always been fine, and they're like, no, like you couldn't even have that. I was like, I would encourage someone to reach in, pick anyone, and try to break it. And you can like basically look at these and break them, like especially certain colors. Like for some reason, certain colors are made much more terribly than others. Like the red, like 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 one just broke. I'm just kidding, but like they break so easily. So I have no idea. Um, I was like, I promise you, this would be fine. And every place is different, but yeah, I was like, no, I'm pretty sure these would pass the you can't hurt yourself or anyone else with these tests pretty easily. My nose is running, not profusely, but I'm sniffling a lot, so I apologize if that's coming through. Also, let me know how the sound is on this, because I just got a new laptop and I have no idea if the sound's good. I hope it's good, because it's a brand new laptop. But it could also be just my sound settings in Restream. 4, 6, 7, 8. I need to like relax my tension after making that other packer. I need to like change up my tension because I was like holding everything so different that I gotta chill out a little bit. I'm gonna ease up and not choke up on the throat so much. Try to move my hand back a little bit. I wish I would stop being so snotty. It's not fun, and I don't like it. And that is a song I wrote called I Wish I Would Stop Being So Snotty. That's pretty cool, right? Any brow suggestions will be happily taken. Like I said, I did the one white brow, one black brow today. Yesterday I did the rainbow, which was super fun. I think I have like a really hot pink that I might do tomorrow, like a hot pink eyeliner, that I might do. One of the hardest things when you have, and granted, like I should powder them down when I'm doing like a pencil and stuff, but like is to, because my forehead gets so oily throughout the day that I'll just like, I'll try to dab it off and then I'll like put my hand through my brow and I'll be like, fuck. And then I have to do my brow again. But you know, it happens. So one of the places I am planning on getting my yarn from and have gotten yarn from is Walmart. Walmart has great prices on yarn. Um, if you go in store, like honestly, like I mean, the prices are great. Like it's undeniable. The prices are really good. Although they do have like a lot of like the jumbo yarns, and I just don't really like those at all. They hurt my wrist when I try to crochet with them, and then I just like they just I feel like you have to buy so much to make stuff because there's not much yardage in the scheme, right? Um, But one thing I don't like about buying yarn from Walmart is if you try to buy it online, sometimes they do this weird thing where it could be the exact same yarn in a different colorway and they will charge you different prices. And I don't quite understand that. And it might be because, like, well, this is available in Walmart, this is available through like an online retailer, but they pitch it where like it's all from the same seller, like it's all from Walmart, so maybe it's not, and that's what's going on, or something. I don't know what is going on, or if they have to like ship one that they don't have to ship another. I don't know. But has anyone else noticed that when you look at uh, yarn online at Walmart, is that even colors of the same exact yarn will be like significantly different prices. Like you could get, I have like a yarn that I got from Walmart, but it's like it's the Lily's peaches and cream, and I got the white, and so the white was like $1.88 or something. I'm just pulling the price out of my ass. And then I could get like the pink for $6. And I'm like, what the, like, why? Like, if they didn't, just say you don't have it in stock and let one of your online retailers who you ship all your Walmart stuff through, like, handle that. It's such a weird thing to me because I haven't seen that kind of, well, like, I guess Amazon does that too with a lot of things. So maybe they're kind of following the Amazon model, but I don't really understand it. Because they make it seem like it's all coming from, at least Walmart makes it seem like it's all coming from Walmart, but then they charge you different prices, and you're like, well, okay, I don't know. I don't know anything about anything, and I think that should become that should have been abundantly clear for a very long time. but for some reason, nobody believes me here when I tell them that. Sounds like your problem, friend, not mine. Oh, Lydia, you were on at 5. Oh, I couldn't come to your live, Lydia. That's my bad. I was getting this laptop that I'm currently on at 5, and so there wasn't much traffic, and the Best Buy was like 14 minutes away. So I was really lucky that there was no traffic, but it's raining in LA, so it only took about 14 minutes to get there, and I had a ride from someone. It was going to take 45 minutes on the bus, and so I broke down and asked someone who had a car who could drive it, because I have a car here. I just can't drive it because my license has not been transferred over to California. There's a whole thing with that. Um, but sorry. Um, but yeah, I was occupied at 5. But I will try to make more of your lives. Also, I'm attending a bunch of 12-step meetings lately, so a lot of my free time is actually like going to 12-step meetings. Like I'll be in programming until 2:30. It takes about till about 4 to get home, and then like an hour or two I'll be in a meeting. And for me, that's important in me getting like mentally better. The cool thing about 12-step meetings is there's one for everything. Everything. And if you want to know more about the 12-step meeting I'm attending, I'm happy to share with you privately if you ask, but I'm not going to put that on the internet. But I am attending a meeting. And maybe I will maybe I will share it at one point, but right now that doesn't feel appropriate, so I'm not going to. But I am going, and that's giving me a lot of like peace and like calm and like fucking feeling like I can do it and like get through life and like the craziness of the past 33 years of my life. So I'm really thankful for that process, and that's part of the reason why I was saying like I'm better than I was a month ago. I was better than I was 2 months ago. Like I'm feeling more confident, like day by day, to like get through it and be nicer to myself, and to me that's never been something that I've been particularly good at. So this has been like huge steps to work on that for myself. So yep. I don't know what it is about this step always, but I just feel like it's always like a cute little boat, and I'm like, oh, we're on the boat of gender dysphoria, and we're gonna fix everything, and it's gonna be the boat of gender euphoria. And then I'm like, I'm a crazy person. So it's almost 9 p.m. here. I've been on for about 45 minutes. I've talked to myself at length. And I'm going to finish this round, and then I think I'm going to let you all go because I still want to clean up a little bit, and I'm going to eat. But as always, I appreciate you all hanging out with me. Even if you're sitting in the back row and, not participating verbally, I appreciate you just hanging out. And hope that one day you do feel comfortable hanging out and chit-chatting with me, but no pressure, because that's, like I could pressure you, like what would that fucking change, right? So the lurkers, I guess, they're always welcome, but I always, would love to see you feel comfortable enough to engage in whatever I'm yip-yapping about. Oh, I'm so tired of sniveling. I'm also not looking forward to cleaning. Oh, fuck. You know what? This person originally asked. Wait, what are the stripe colors? I think I'm still in the wrong though. Fuck. So this person originally, damn it, I made another mistake. This person originally ordered a rainbow stripe, and I sent them a rainbow stripe, but the wrong length. And when they messaged me, they're like, actually, can I get a non-binary stripe? And I was like, yeah, no problem. Because it really is no problem. And, fuck, purple's not the first color. Damn it. Okay, so made some more mistakes. You know, mistakes were made. Well, anywho, well, you know, 45 minutes of practicing, of honing my skill. Anywho, thank you all for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I hope that the new camera situation looks cool. I don't like this angle as much. Even though I'm wearing a binder, it's still like huge. What does this even say? Oh. Oh, this might be like saying 91 like it is down here. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope to see you very soon, and I will talk to you later. Bye.